Okay, so I'm out of ideas for content as always, and I have no idea what to talk about this time around, like usual.
Keep the hostage safe. Hostiles approaching.
So I guess I'll start with like actually yeah, I think I do have a
You've been zeroed in by enemy overwatch.
topic worth
Fall
talking
back.
about. In my
Op
senior
4
high
has
school
eyes on the
class,
Hostage down by enemy fire.
you have a subject known as DISS. And in DISS, it's about the disciplines in social sciences. Oof. Yeah, so disciplines in social sciences.
The threat has been eliminated.
Performing first aid!
We
And we were given an activity today,
regrouping.
where we had
Secure the
to do
hostage.
some research, and it was asking about our opinions on certain things. So, this brought up a lot of questions. And obviously, you have to research for them. It was kind of boring. We had a boring day today, actually. Barely any class. Our DISS teacher was absent, which is why she gave us the assignment in the first place.
Hostile insertion. Keep the hostage safe.
Wow, something popped. I don't know what. But yeah, so this posed a lot of questions. I believe the first question was asking, like, what is psychology? Like, what is your own understanding of psychology?
Op 4 has a 20 on the hostage.
Oh, I died.
All friendlies were eliminated. Mission failure.
So, one question was, like, what is politics? And I'm not gonna lie, I got really bored with the activity. So I barely researched anything. If I remember correctly, my answer for what is politics was politics is a discussion run by animals and the greediest members of state. That's just such a asshole, cynical answer. I wasn't thinking straight, I was just that bored. Like, how far could I get away with this without my teacher judging me or calling the cops on me or calling the guidance office on me or whatever. Got to one of the questions. At this point, what is your own understanding of psychology? Just psychology, not social science or whatever. And me, being as bored as I was, if I remember my definition correctly, it was... No, it wasn't a definition. It was a mini rant that probably doesn't answer the question. I believe I said, who the fuck thought it would have been a good idea to try to understand the human brain? There's so much shit that can go wrong inside a human brain, and people thought that it was a good idea to try and understand that. You're trying to understand the very thing that you use to understand things, which is just ridiculous in general, I guess. And even more so, shit, what were my other points? I believe one was...
Eliminate all hostiles.
You can't... It's so hard to make a hard system like psychology, where everything just follows under certain common rules and shit, because it's so hard to generalize human beings, you know? Like, sure, there are common patterns, but... there are common patterns and all, but like... the way the human mind varies from person to person, like, you can't actually make a generalization out of it. Like what psychology is trying to do is something very difficult, and that's like the idea of generalizing people, finding a better understanding of the thing that we use to understand things. That's a challenging thing to do, okay? Like, generally speaking, you shouldn't have to do it because you're just overcomplicating a lot of things in life. Why can't you just, enjoy stuff, I guess? I collect my thoughts.
The enemies
People say I
remaining.
shouldn't be playing while trying to make content like this. Well, honestly, like just having something to focus on helps me collect my thoughts.
Op 4 eliminated.
Crap, I actually do want to pull up my answers. It's still there. I'm gonna read out my answers. Yeah, this is just like a slice of life type shit. It's just me updating on my life. It's like, oh yeah, guess what? I did this today. Yeah, I am straight up booting up my laptop right now just to. This is the equivalent of me showing my mom like my test paper of the day or some shit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I called the text file dissing on this. It's DISS, it's just diss. So it would be funny to just diss it. Ooh, that is not a format I am able to read. Yeah, psychology is messed up. I have no idea why people thought that trying to understand the complex things that go on in a human brain was even worth understanding. There's so much craziness. No, there's so much bullshit that you can run into. Yeah, I had to censor a bit. So much variation from person to person that you can never actually make
Eliminate
a
all
real
hostiles.
generalization among people. People say it's human instinct to gravitate to shiny things because of the human instinct to be attracted to water. But what if I like my matte black shit? What if I like shit? This is so. I was not right in the head when I made this. What if I like? What if I like children? What are you gonna do? Send me to jail for it? Alienate me? All I know is that psychology tries to help us understand the very thing we use to understand things around us. And that in itself is a challenging task. A task I'm willing to, or a challenge I'm willing to take. Like, I have no beef with this teacher. I'm just not bored with school, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's one thing I want to talk about. Is the idea of still trying to understand something as complex as the human brain. 'Cause no one really understands it yet,
3 enemies remaining.
Like, sure, there are lots of people who can generally be predictable, but at the same time, shit.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Sure, there are people that can be predictable. Sure, there are people that share common ways of thinking and such, but overall, just I don't know. I don't have a point here. I'm just like sharing thoughts. Like it's food for thought, really. Think about it. You try to generalize the human mind, and when you think about it, this never really mattered until later on when there were people who started asking questions, who wanted to know more. And even when people started asking questions, it was a specific person that began to ask the question, why do we ask questions? I guess it's more philosophy at that point. But trying to understand people and shit like that and why they think the way they do. That was a specific
Eliminate the
person,
terrorists.
and this person was clearly different from many other people. I guess to a degree, you first hear the question, it makes sense. Yeah, definitely. That's a perfectly reasonable question to ask. But that was after it was brought up in the first place. So yeah, it just begs the question, how different are we? Can we really be generalized and shit? 'Cause, I mean, like, sure it was a common thought. Or was it like, at least we all agreed because someone brought up the thought. The thought that it's a question worth asking. Like I said, it's food for thought. At the same time, like, I'm not against psychology, okay? Like, it's important to be able to think about things like this. It's important to think about, the way... And... Crap. Losing my train of thought.
3 hostiles remaining. Op 4 eliminated.
Yeah, I genuinely struggle to say certain things at this point. Like, even if I didn't have the games on in the background and shit, like, I'd still be just losing my train of thought. And like I said, I don't have a point. Like, this entire thing really is just food for thought. Like me just like telling you to consider this, right? Like, really, I'm just raising more questions, and I'd love them to be answered at some point. If someone wants to talk to me about it, like, that'd be great. We're supposed to be a podcast this evening. I was supposed to talk to people this evening, and I couldn't make it. Yeah, and it's another interesting thing that I guess like initially wouldn't make too much sense when you're just I guess if you're quote unquote learning to be a human or whatever. Is the way that your psychological state or the way you're thinking at the given moment can heavily affect your physical
Eliminate the
being.
terrorists.
It's like you think it's your mind, like you wouldn't always associate the way your mind works to the way your body works. Yeah, I'm distracted again, aren't I? Jesus. Yeah, I love games. Like, I want to play more games like this and shit. So, like I said, like initially, back when I was thinking about the idea of the human mind, things like the ideal state,
3 enemies remaining.
who knew that humans would be the
Op
way that
4
they are,
neutralized. Mission successful.
linking your mental being to your physical being. If you're struggling to think about something, you struggle to it's weird, because I know people that like struggle to like continue being alive because there's so much, like they don't feel like they want to be alive anymore, like physically, like it's just pain. Other people it's just feels nothingness, and like feeling of that's just something else entirely. Because at least if it hurts, you feel something, you know? You feel like, at least you know what it is to feel better. But then there are those people who just feel nothingness. Like that's a scary thought, you know? Like, feeling is part of living to a degree. I mean, like, scientifically speaking, you know, you don't really need to feel things around you too well. Yeah, like there's the concept of psychology is so complex just because people in general are so damn
Eliminate
complex.
all of the terrorists.
And like it's weird too because like we put together all these concrete concepts and shit. At the same time, like the very people. Yeah, I guess it's just gonna be me hitting clips on enemy AI. Easy, easy enemy AI. Yeah, I'm so sorry if this in the content after. This is just me playing like the 90s on boardish.
The enemies remaining.
I really need to practice this.
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
It's weird. It's like I myself, I'm thinking about a lot of stuff. I always have to think about a lot of stuff. So there's always so much to consider. Like considering the way my friends are acting, the way the people around me are reacting, the way people are react to me. In fact, it's like that's something that needs to be considered regardless. And it gets to a point where you need to understand. You know, it becomes a necessity to understand the way other people think. Because it's going to affect the way you need to act around these people so that you can avoid, if not produce or provoke certain actions. Like, if I don't want to get bullied and shit, then I need to know what people will accept me for, you know? Or if I need someone to do something for me, I need to give them reason to do it. And that usually involves them
Eliminate the
being
terrorists.
benefited. Like the idea of what's in it for me, you know? Because, again, thinking is really important, oddly enough. I mean, well, not really oddly enough, but simply put, like thinking's important. It happens just all the time. You can't exactly avoid it. Oh, my aim is off.
Take heavy fire! Get back! Find cover! Reloading!
Like even when I'm doing something like this, I still need to think. Like there's no instinct to just kill everything in front of me. I think how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, there's always something to be done. There's always something to think about. You always need to think about things around you. I guess some people get it down to like muscle memory or something. Anything really. Some things become instinctual over time. Even that's part of psychology. That's something you don't need to think about anymore, you know? Like something becomes so natural, it becomes your part of your nature. Like that's still in psychology, that's subconscious and shit. It's like oh god, out of ammo. I'm about to die.
We have been eliminated.
And it's weird, there's a lot of things you need to think about too. All the time. Like just as an example, like I myself ran out of bullets right there, so I thought, do I have bullets in my other gun? I do not, so I switched to the other gun. Oh, guess what? I just ran out of bullets in that gun too, so that just fucks me up. Like that's overwhelming because I have to think about the people around me, the opponents around me. There's one ahead of me, there's two behind me, but they're further away. However, the one in front of me is a direct threat, while there's cover behind me, like as assessing a situation, you know. And I think it's important to always assess your situation, not recognizing the bigger picture of things, or not taking things around you into consideration. That's difficult to have to deal with, you know, especially with other people, you know,
Eliminate
because
all of the terrorists.
other people will affect you a lot of the time in different ways, be it good, bad, or whatever. But if you can't consider the way these other people are working out, and then there's gonna be a problem. There's probably gonna be a problem. So much to think about. So little time. Jeez.
Hostiles remaining.
They got these fuckers!
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
I guess this is just a really shit posty video, you know, I didn't think I would have a point, and I intentionally didn't want to have a point, just, you know, food for thought, the whole thing. But now it's got me thinking. Yeah, the video talking about thinking and overthinking has got me thinking, like, about the people who don't think, you know, the people who don't take the time to think, the people who don't hesitate. Like, hesitation is, it's a human thing to do, you know. Like, I'm not saying if you don't hesitate, you're inhuman, no. I'm saying it's, like all things, good in moderation. You know, like, don't hesitate too much, but at the same time, don't throw yourself at things too much. Like, there are things you need to think about. There are things you need to take the time to understand.
Eliminate
And
all
even
of
if
the
the
terrorists.
answer seems simple, like the answer to your problem or whatever's in front of you, even if it seems simple or logical what to do, there's still things you need to understand. Like, still things you need to think about. But at the same time, it's like, life is hard, you know. You don't. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that life is hard. An advice that literally everyone's gonna send anyone growing up, whenever. Like I said, like you need to know when not to overthink, as well as know when to think about it. So I can't stress enough how important it is to know when to think, know how to think, know why to think about certain things, assessing your situation, reacting to people. Because as long as you keep like people in consideration,
The enemy.
people around you into consideration, right? Like, life will be so much better. Like, because you know you're not affecting the people around you negatively. You're not hurting anyone. I guess. I mean, this is so fucking big. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is out of nowhere. Hint, hint. Jesus, fuck, I'm such an asshole. As I smirk without the face cam and joke about some inside shit. I don't know, humans are fucking weird. They're so... They overcomplicate things by oversimplifying things, which is... If I ever had to describe human beings, like, that's how I'll fucking describe it, okay? Like, they overcomplicate things by oversimplifying things. Being human is some fucked up shit, you know? This is just me, like,
Eliminate
late
the
night
terrorists.
thoughts about not actually making any points or whatever. But I guess, yeah, if I did want to make a point about something, and it's like, be considerate about other people, because I think in the end it'll just work out better for everyone. Like, why should you listen to someone like me? It's not like I know better. So I guess in general, it's just like the shit that I say, like generally speaking, really is common sense. I'm not saying I'm some like grand wise man or something. And I think a good basis for a lot of the things I say is like, do unto others, do unto done unto you.
3 hostiles.
And I know that a lot of fucked up shit happens to people around me. I don't like that people like end up going through these things as often as they do.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Cause like we're living. You wanna have like a good time and shit. Fuck, I have no point whatsoever. I have no end goal to what I wanna say. I have no general train of thought. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm uploading this because content. I got some just destroying some bots. I'm destroying bots up here in this terrorist hunt stuff, I guess. Yeah, all this silence, just me trying to collect my thoughts. Sorry if my mic is varying in volume, if it's louder sometimes and quieter other times, and apologies for the background noises too, like my keyboard and my chair. I'm poor, okay? I'm so sorry, but I'm poor.
Eliminate all hostiles.
Yeah. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's just the idea of there's overthinking and there's oversimplifying, you know? And like sometimes you do end up overthinking something. And the answer to it is just still, I don't know, an oversimplified solution. A lot of the time, it really isn't like that. never realized that one terrorist sounds like Saudi. Yeah, here I am getting distracted again, I guess.
Hostiles remaining.
Wow, my aim is bad.
Op 4 eliminated.
Ooh, I'm so sorry if this is just wasting all your time and shit. And it's fuck. All my content just boils down to don't be a dick. Shit. This is bad content. No one's gonna watch this. You're gonna try to watch it, but it's gonna lead nowhere. So yeah, I'll try to end it off. I will genuinely try to end it off. I'm gonna say this. I don't know what to say. See, for a video about thinking, I'm not doing much thinking, but at the same time, I did overthink at some point. But now that I stopped overthinking, now it's just too simple, and because it's too simple, I have nothing to actually say. So, yes, examples. See, I am good at demonstrating. I am intelligent content creator. See, subscribe, please. I am begging you.
Eliminate all hostiles.
I would like money. Another thing when like considering the other people around you, you shouldn't be afraid to accept feedback. Wow, my aim is bad. It's like when you accept feedback, it helps. It's a significantly easier way of understanding what to do next. Ooh, I'm
Op 4
bad at
eliminated
this
all friendlies.
If you are able to accept feedback and shit, if you're able to allow people to help you improve, like that's important too. I guess that's advice or something. Again, like this is all common sense. It's just don't be a dick. Ah, fuck. This is the anthology. I think that's the word for it. It's just an anthology of like all my content and shit. It's just, yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's fucking doing. He tries to talk shit. He tries to lay it on, but like he's really not laying down anything.
Eliminate the terrorists.
I think if I just end this video here, life might be easier. So like and subscribe. Just think about shit. Okay, don't be afraid to think about shit. That's all I'm gonna say because I can't find anything better to say. Think about things. Think about people, but don't overthink. Everything's good in moderation. Yes.